In a quiet corner of the city, surrounded by towering glass buildings and flickering streetlights, stood a small apartment complex called the Baobab Residences. It was nothing special, paint peeling, corridors dimly lit, the kind of building most people ignored, but everyone who lived there whispered rumors. No one spoke openly, but somehow, things always changed for the tenants. Overnight, Amora, a young woman barely scraping by as a freelance writer, moved in one rainy evening. She paid for the room with her last savings. The landlord was a tall, quiet man with a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. He handed her the key without saying much. "Welcome. Treat the apartment well. It will treat you too." Amora laughed softly. Strange man. Strange building. Strange warning. The first night was uneventful. She unpacked her books and notes, boiled water for tea, and stared out at the city lights. But when the clock struck midnight, the room felt wrong. The shadows stretched too long. The walls seemed to hum. The mirror reflected her face, but not exactly her face. Something in her reflection moved a little too late, lagging behind her real movements. Shaking off the unease, she went to sleep. Morning arrived like a slap. Her phone was flooded, thousands of emails, messages, notifications from accounts she didn't remember creating. Her bank account had a sum she had never earned. Her social media was trending, her name appearing in places she had never been mentioned before. The world around her had changed. Not physically, the streets were the same, the stores, the cars, but subtly, impossibly, the signs in the shop windows seemed to recognize her. People looked at her as if they already knew her story. Her reflection, too, had changed. Confident. Older. Something uncanny. Over the next few days, Amora tested it. She bought groceries she couldn't afford and found money in her bag she had never put there. She submitted a short story she hadn't finished, and the next morning, it had been published in a major magazine. She laughed. She cried. She panicked. But she noticed something. Every time she gained, something somewhere else was lost. The old man in the next building vanished, leaving his apartment empty. A neighbor's dog disappeared. A local shop caught fire for no reason. Her luck felt borrowed. By the seventh night, the apartment no longer felt like a home. It felt like a mirror, reflecting not her desires, but her consequences. She sat by the window, writing a note for whoever would come next. The apartment gives. It takes. Every gain is a loss somewhere else. Choose wisely, or it will choose for you. A faint creak echoed through the hallway. A whisper followed. Next. Outside, under the dim streetlights, a young man paused by the for rent sign. Curious. Unaware, Amora shivered. She realized then that the apartment was not just a place, it was alive, watching, choosing, judging. Waiting for the next life to change.